Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. As of this video, according to the Fragrantica database, there are 16,623 men's fragrances. Now, that's not at all exhaustive. So there are way more than those 16,623 if we go back to the beginning of time. But it gives you a good number, a good idea of how many different options there are out there. And I'm just saying, if you are 30 or older, all the fragrances that I talked to you about here today, you need to be familiar with. Now, I'm not saying you absolutely need to rush out and buy all of these if you're over 30 and you haven't smelled them, but you need to get familiar with them. And if you're under 30, don't worry, you got a little time, but get on it. All of these are listed in the description below, and we're beginning off with the 2-for-1 Dior Homme Special. It's a 2-for-1 Dior Homme Special. The fragrances that's not their names. The names are Dior Homme 2020 and what is now known as Dior Homme Original, which you can find Dior Homme Original, at least as of this video, but it's not super cheap. At discounters, you're looking at like 90 to 100 bucks. But you need to know the Dior Hommes. You need to be a Holmes with the Dior Hommes. That was a pretty bad dad joke. I apologize. So Dior Homme Original, this beauty right here, absolutely fantastic if you are a lover of iris in fragrances. Obviously similar to Dior Homme Intense, which is one of the most hyped, most heralded men's designer fragrances of all time. So it does have that kind of makeup-y, creamy, lipsticky iris note in there, but it is a little bit easier to wear than Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Intense, you know, that one does lean definitely more toward formal occasions, evenings out when it's chilly outside because it's quite strong. Not that this is weak, but it is, you know, ever so slightly fresher, if that can be used to describe Dior Homme Original. Quality, outstanding. Just really, really, really good. Quite different from most things coming out nowadays. Now, if you are a younger guy, you may not like Dior Homme Original or Dior Homme Intense quite as much. It is one of those fragrances that tends to grow on people, especially as they get into their like upper 20s and above, because it does have this classiness to it, this sophisticated feel. But that being said, if you're a younger guy and you like how this smells, absolutely wear it, do it. It'll help you stand out because there aren't gonna be that many younger guys, no offense, who are wearing Dior Homme Original, you know what I mean? That'd be a little more the most wanted parfum, stuff like that, or whatever new Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male, or Le Beau is out. So Dior Homme Original, gotta know it. And then Dior Homme 2020. This is completely different from that. It's not bad, just different, which I had to come to understand. I had to deal with some issues. I just actually really hated that they took the original Dior Homme, which I love so much, and basically kicked it to the curb, put it into a circus cannon and shot it to the moon. Yeah, that wasn't great. So I didn't enjoy very much when this came out originally, but over time, real nice. How does it smell? Well, this one is more fresh, spicy, woodsy, very modern smelling. Another one that is classy though. It does have like a little sophisticated touch, which is not a surprise coming from the Dior Homme line. It is more versatile than Dior Homme Original. I feel like you can wear this one year round. Daytime, nighttime, doesn't really matter. It gives you blue fragrance versatility, but like I said, with more of this fresh, spicy, woodsy, kind of feel. It is clean though. So when I say fresh, spicy, woodsy, don't go into that thinking, oh, it's gonna be smoky and super heavy. It's got a nice, a clean vibe to it. So these two, you have to know. You gotta know the Dior Homme. Now, I would say most of these fragrances are on the biggie side of things. They're not so much the smalls, if you know what I'm saying. Because there are so many fragrances out there, I could give you 100 different ones that I truly feel you should know each one of them. But that would be a much longer video, maybe for another day. So that's why we're sticking with some of the more well-known ones, although there are a couple here that have started to fall by the wayside that you should still know. Like this one, the one Eau de Parfum, which every time I talk about this, I feel like Bernie Sanders when he was asking for donations. You remember that? It was a while ago. He'd be like, I'm once again asking you for a donation.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
Every time I talk about this, I'm once again talking to you about the one Eau de Parfum. I'm trying to put some more shine on its name because I still think it smells amazing. It's fantastic. Big trend here lately has been stronger fragrances, stronger, like everything stronger. But there still is a place for fragrances that are more alluring, mysterious, seductive. Like BT has an album, The Lost Art of Longing. It's like that. It's almost like the majority of things have gotten to the point where it's just smash everyone over the face with the strongest possible fragrance you can possibly make. And there's a time and place for that. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. I love a crazy strong fragrance as much as the next guy, but I also do want those fragrances from time to time that are gonna be a little more, like I said, subtle and alluring. And that's what this is. Now, it's not that the performance is terrible, it's just that it's average, which compared to things nowadays, I don't know. Super sexy, warm, sweet. It has this great tobacco, warm, spicy scent profile with like a gingery pop in there in the opening that really grabs attention as soon as you spray it on. You also have a little bit of freshness in here. Off the top, some grapefruit, some coriander, even a touch of basil and orange blossom as well. The one Eau de Parfum may be past its heyday as far as how much people are purchasing it, how much they're wearing it, but oof, it will still make you smell fantastic. We're heading along to the next fragrance, which is Luna Rossa Black. But a quick update on those codes, which you see right here. I do have the code for Maple Prime. It is Gents 5% off, free shipping. They gave me a 10% off code. A lot of you guys started to use it. I started to use it. They realized I didn't think people were gonna use it for some reason. And they dropped it down to 5%, but they assure me it will stay that until the end of time. So there it is. Do check them out. They have some insane deals sometimes. So you want to treasure hunt basically there. And actually sometimes their prices, just like the non-treasure hunty prices, are better than the other major discounters. So check them out. Gift Express, code is Gents10. JOMASHOP, all these codes you can use in the app. And then got codes for the perfume box, Fragflex, bunch of others. So use those to save yourself some cheddar. Luna Rossa Black. This is my favorite Luna Rossa. It is yet another evening fragrance, fall and wintertime fragrance. I do gravitate towards those a little bit because a lot of times I feel like they have a little more flair to them, a little more stand-outy. It's not really a word, stand-outy. Yeah, that's what they do, they stand outy. So Luna Rossa Black, as I've said before, this smells a little similar to Bulgari Black, which is discontinued, Midnight in Paris, which is discontinued. But this one, thankfully, is not discontinued yet. Knock on wood. Another one, just unique, sexy, mysterious again. Obviously with this dark bottle, the fragrance itself does have a little dark edge to it, but not in the way of like something animalic or something harsh. Instead, it is sweet. It is a little rubbery, touch powdery, but really, really, once again, alluring. Luna Rossa at this point is it's pretty much Luna Rossa Ocean. I mean, that's pretty much all Prada's been popping out. Hopefully something new is gonna come out soon. I would imagine it's got to, right? You can't just keep doing Luna Rossa Ocean forever, right? Right? So while it's here, Luna Rossa Black is something you need to know. This is another one that, again, just stands out, smells amazing, and is one that is popular with people that know a lot about fragrances, but as far as your average person out there, to be fair, they are buying Luna Rossa Ocean. So this will help you stand out a little bit. Okay, we gotta go Acqua di Gio because I'm a big Acqua di Gio fan. And this time we're going Parfum. Now, truth be told, I would tell you, you gotta know the original Acqua di Gio, but a lot of people are gonna want what's hot now. And that's gonna be more the Parfum and also Profondo Eau de Parfum. So yeah, if you're gonna know, I guess just one, probably should be this one. Like I said, the Eau de Toilette, you should know that one as well. Frankly, you should know them all. So the Parfum basically takes the place of the discontinued Acqua di Gio Profondo, which was massively popular, so much so that it got discontinued? How's that? That doesn't really work. That's what happened. But then they brought it back in essence with this, the Parfum. So it still has that Acqua di Gio freshness, of course. So you can wear this spring, summer, day, night, doesn't really matter. But the Parfum does have an additional deepness to it, an additional richness to it in comparison to the Eau de Toilette and also to Profundo Eau de Parfum. That allows this to be used, in my opinion, successfully during fall and winter as well. I mean, it really is that type of fragrance, the extremely versatile jack of all trades Swiss Army knife type of scent that you can use anywhere, anytime, that people absolutely love. And it will also work for younger guys, middle-aged guys, and older guys. It doesn't matter. Spray it on your toddler. They will be picking up so... actually, no. They'll be extremely popular at their daycare or preschool. I mean, maybe that's like a little questionable, I guess, spraying your toddler with Acqua di Gio, but setting them out to be successful. As they get older, they will be fragrance pros. That is not scientifically proven, by the way, or tested, and it's probably, frankly, not a good idea, actually. But do it anyway. I am not legally responsible if you spray your toddler in the eyes or something. Don't do that. Let's go Chanel. Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Now, when it comes to Chanel, you got a lot of options. And if this were the 100 fragrance list or 50 fragrance list, there would be multiple Chanels in here. I would put probably Bleu de Chanel, one of them, probably the Eau de Parfum, although the Parfum is super good as well, so it's the Eau de Toilette. Maybe Platinum Egoiste or the original Egoiste. Ego. Pour Monsieur. I mean, there's a lot, frankly. But here, we're keeping it standard. We're going with just one, and we're going with this one. Now, you may say, why this flanker of Allure Homme? Well, at one point in time, it was the old hype beast. Everybody was talking about it, brother. Every single dude around was hitting up Eau Extreme, man. I'm telling you, brother. So why is that, though? So the opening, very fresh. You have mint in there, citrus by way of mandarin orange. You have a little aromatic touch in there, some sage, some cypress, some fresh spice. Then as it dries down, good amount of tonka. Also, the performance is solid, longevity is good, lasts a long time. And it does that thing that I've talked about before, where if you're really looking for compliments, fresh fragrances, sweet fragrances, typically it's your best bet. But what happens when you mix the two, something that's both sweet and fresh, now you're playing with fire in a good way. And that's what this is. It is perfect during the spring, during the fall, daytime or evening, maybe even especially evening. And it's not so heavy with the tonka, although there's a good amount of it, that you can't wear it during summer. You absolutely can. And it works during winter as well because of that performance. So maybe it doesn't get talked about quite as much nowadays, but still works. So does this, YSL Y Eau de Parfum. Now I'm gonna say it, when it comes to Y, not just the Eau de Parfum. You should also know about the Le Parfum, both the original version, which you can still find, and the new version, which actually I think is pretty nice. Although it does really, really suck that they killed off the old version, because I mean, it wasn't a bad fragrance, but I don't know. Could it be IFRA regulations or some other reason? Because Y Le Parfum actually sold decently well. Like, it was a top 30 best-selling fragrance, which that's not bad, but whatever. We don't need to get mired in that. The original Y Le Parfum, you need to know it. The new version, check that one out as well. Y Eau de Toilette, often overlooked, but that is extremely versatile. A good solid blue fragrance. And Y Live, if you can find it, has always done extremely well for me. If we're just talking compliments. For some people, that's extremely important. For other people, they don't care. But if it is, that fragrance works very well. But the most popular of the line is Y Eau de Parfum, right here. If this thing gets reformulated in a big way, like a big change, oh man, people will freak out. You could put out the best smelling fragrance in the universe and it would get hated on for the initial 5-6 months, just because of the killing off of a beloved fragrance, which has happened before. So yeah, Y Eau de Parfum, that was stupid. I'm glad I caught it. Y Eau de Parfum is A blue fragrance, obviously made for year-round use, extremely versatile. Another one with great performance. It is sweet and fresh. Amber woods, sage, apple, some of the notes in here. Why has always worked very, very well for me. It is less classy than Bleu de Chanel, but it is more playful and sweeter. And it's less in your face with that, you know, ambroxan, less metallic compared to Sauvage. So it's just always worked very well for me. One of the most successful blue lines out there. And for YSL, we're going Y Eau de Parfum for this list. Next up, Valentino Uomo Intense. Not Born in Roma Intense. It's a difference. So this is Valentino before Born in Roma. Basically, after that one came out, everything before that was just like, oh, that stuff, that old crap. Nah. At least that's how it feels with Valentino. You know, they're just kind of like, we don't care about that. Now, here's the word on this one. It is discontinued. Yes, it is officially discontinued. If you go to Valentino's own website, it will say up in the top in the corner, discontinued product. So they are letting you know, if you really like this, if you want this, you should probably pick it up. How much do I have? Oh no, it's actually less than I thought. Oh no. I am going to be picking up another bottle. I've put it off. I've been meaning to do it, but I guess this is my sign to go ahead and do it. You can find it at discounters, so you know, no freaking out. Just be aware it's discontinued. It's not being produced anymore, so once it sells out everywhere. So this is another iris forward fragrance, somewhat similar to Dior Homme Original over here and Dior Homme Intense, but it has this really nice leather note, this nuttiness to it as well. Performance is great as well, smells very nice. It is gonna be one of those ones like Dior Homme Original that's maybe a little bit more middle-aged and older for most people, but if you're younger and you like that style of fragrance, absolutely rock it. You will smell amazing. And I should mention, when it says discontinued, that is on the US Valentino website. So there's a possibility if you live somewhere else in the world, maybe easier for you to find there at full retail. Tom Ford is up next, Noir Extreme. Now it's pricey because it's a Tom Ford, so you know there is that, but it is also quite unique. It's very good quality, so there is that. Now this could be an acquired taste for some people. So this is absolutely one of those ones that I would say is not blind buy safe. No sir. In terms of notes, actually decently unique as well. So it has cardamom, saffron, neroli, kulfi, rose, mastic, jasmine, orange blossom, woods, amber, vanilla, and nutmeg as well. Did I say nutmeg? I don't think I said nutmeg. I think I only said it once. So warm spices, sweet spices, fresh spices, slightly powdery florals, of vanilla, pistachio dessert note. There is a lot going on and it smells to die for. But it is one that I would say a lot of people are gonna consider more, why did I bend this all up? That are gonna consider it more of a formal type fragrance once again, a special occasion type of fragrance. But I have also spoken to people before that rock that as a signature scent. And it is one that will surprise you at how much women like the fragrance, because you may smell that and be like, I don't know, man, that's a little weird, but in the air, it works. So does this, Stronger With You. Absolutely. SWYA, Stronger With You. Absolutely. That is, I would say, still my go-to. The new Stronger With You Parfum, pretty good as well. Although a couple times that I've smelled the new Stronger With You Parfum, it gives me this barbecue kind of smell for a little bit, and it totally throws me for a loop, and then it goes away and I'm like, oh, thank God. Outside of that, it smells real nice. Stronger With You, absolutely. Thankfully, no barbecue here. Instead, it's got a little booziness. It has that, once again, nutty kind of feel from the Stronger With You lineup. It's very cozy but strong, so it makes its presence known. But at the same time, it's kind of magnetic. The entire Stronger With You lineup, really, you should know about. The original Stronger With You Intensely, probably the most popular at this moment because it's launched in a big way in the US at retail. So much so that the Fragrance Foundation has nominated Stronger With You Intensely for the new Fragrance of the Year for 2024. Although I guess to be fair, they did like the slight reformulation, but it wasn't a huge one. I sprayed all of these out except Stronger With You, absolutely, so I guess I kind of have to. Yeah, it's good. Pretty good. But yeah, Stronger With You absolutely is my favorite. Perfect for fall and winter. Really big compliment puller, but you should also know Intensely and the original as well. And we're gonna wrap up with Ultramall, the butt of Ultramall. Oh, don't worry, I'll turn it around. Now it's the cod piece. So Ultramall is another hype beast scent. Very sweet, loud, but fresh, and has some extremely popular clones like 9 p.m., which somehow I think 9 p.m. is ranked as more popular than Ultramall on Fragrantica. So what do we got going on here? Well, there's pear, there's mint, there's lavender. That lavender and mint gonna tie it in with the original Le Mans. There is also a cinnamon, clary sage, touch of citrus, vanilla, and amber, along with some woody facets in there also. It gets pigeonholed sometimes as a clubbing fragrance, like, that's for the club, nothing else but the club, but that's not true. Just like Eros, you can wear this all over the place, and frankly, you should wear it all over the place. The only thing I would say, as I've said before, is be aware of where you're going, what you're doing, how much you spray. That is the most important thing when it comes to the reactions that you get with your fragrances. Understand how they perform off your skin or your clothes, depending on where you're spraying, and understand, what am I doing? Where am I going? Is this a place where it is appropriate to have the fragrance really, really loud? Or do I want it to be a little bit more moderate or in closer? And spray accordingly. You know, it's like the same thing as how you dress, man. You gotta think about it the same way. Where are you going? Does what you're wearing work in that situation? The answer is yes, you're good. So with that understanding, you can put your fragrance on like you put your clothes on, match it to the situation, and you're good. That's really important. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Get on it, man. Here they are. And if you have not smelled all of these and don't know them like the back of your hand, I am not disappointed at all, man. So there are the fragrances. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys. Thank you.